of UFC 318, Holloway versus Poirier 3. We back with another recap of a pay-per-view that was really a fight night and not good in either form. That was, I said, not good. At the fight night or a pay-per-view, this was terrible. I don't even know what to say. This card was dreadful after a while. It started off amazingly. I'll say that for sure. The card started off great. And then it didn't. It got really bad halfway through and it stayed like that for the rest of the card. And man, was it bad. It was such a dreadful fucking card to try and watch. The main card was shit. I don't even know what to say. This card was horrendous. And it was on paper as well. We kind of called that as, like, we called it and said it was not great on paper, but we were hopeful it'd be good in execution, and it was fucking terrible in execution. So, I think the Derek Lewis card last week was way better. I'll just say that, simple as I truly think the Derek Lewis card in Nashville was way better. This card was garbage. Truly, truly garbage. Started off really well, but in the end it was bad, and I don't know what else to say. 8 decisions in a row. Do I need to say anything else? This card was terrible. It was not a pay-per-view. It was, if we're going off it being a pay-per-view, it was the worst pay-per-view of the year. And, I'm not looking forward to recapping this at all, but I didn't really do any after party last night, but I did, and that was actually kind of fun. If you all missed that, go check that out. We didn't talk much about we did talk about the card a little bit, but more, of course, we're going to talk about it here. So, yeah, UFC 318, I don't got much to say. It's still kind of speechless how awful this card was. So, let's see how much I can get out of it, how much I can talk about it. It's still 14 fights, so still a lot to talk about. So, let's not waste any time, because this card did plenty of that. UFC 318 breakdown, or recap. Last thing I'll say before I get into that is, as always, the usual YouTube bullshit. Like, comment, and subscribe. 200 subs, always the goal by the end of 2025. Besides that, not very much else to say in this intro before the recap. Card sucked. Not looking forward to recapping it, but at least it should be a semi-quicker recap. You know, it won't be, but whatever. Let's just do it. Let's not waste any more time. We have 14 fights to recap. Let's do it. UFC 318 recap. Nola, you deserved better. Let's get into it. Again, like I said, 14 fights, so nothing got cancelled, everyone made weight, and we still got the same card we broke down. So let's get into our first fight of the night, our only female fight of the night, and our first of 6 finishes in a row to begin the night, as we began a night in New Orleans, Louisiana, with a flyweight fight that was pretty decent, as I think expected. I don't think anyone thought this would be a terrible fight. I think the worst case scenario, it was forgettable, but it was actually pretty alright. It was not that bad at all, as we had in our first fight of the night, our first and only female fight of the night, and our first only fight in either flyweight division, I believe, male or female. I didn't even think about that. We have to begin UFC 318 in Nola, the hometown girl, Carli, Judice versus Nicolle Caliari. Good way to begin the night. Really good way to begin the night. It was not much to, like, go over recap-wise. For the first 2 rounds, Judice kind of just picked apart Caliari. It was not really competitive. Caliari really didn't have many moments. I think she got 1 or 2 takedowns, but for, like, seconds. Caliari landed a few decent shots, but nothing impactful, and it was clearly 2-0 Judice going into the third, and then in the third round, Judice continued to dominate. I have the same scorecard, obviously. And eventually, 90 seconds into round 3, Judice lands a beautiful step in knee while Caliari is trying to come in with a strike. And she puts Caliari down, shuts her down, and the ref calls it off. Carli Judice back-to-back finishes, and gets the night going. Good in Nola, getting the first win for the hometown fighters, and starting off the card right. Yeah, very good finish by Carli Judice, very good performance, more importantly, at home, first time out of the Apex, and she showed out. She looked phenomenal, clearly won the first 2 rounds, kind of like a female Steve Garcia, I think might be how you'd compare her. She didn't slow down, even when she was clearly winning 2-zip, she kept going at Caliari in the third, and eventually got to finish with a beautiful step in knee, which she did land a few times, but I think she landed with her right knee early in the fight, and then this one was with her left knee, which was right on the liver, and Caliari just went down. And yeah, very good performance by Judice, very well-rounded performance. She was able to win on feet, showed good, decent takedown defense, only got taken down once or twice. Cardio looked phenomenal. Very good performance by Judice to begin the night. Very one-sided fight, I think, as most people expected. And a finish, a female flyweight finish. And I think back-to-back weeks, a female gets a bonus in the first fight of the night, with a third-round finish for Team McLean and now Carli Judice. So, that's pretty interesting. Good for her. Good way to begin the night. Not very much else to say about the recap of the fight overall. It was one-sided, and eventually Judice. It's actually a lot like the Team McLean and Melissa Martinez fight, if you really think about it. So, yeah, one-sided, finished in the third. Pretty simple. Again, a lot like the Team McLean fight last week, so. Sorry, my nose is stuffy. Yeah, not very much else to say there. Simple fight. A very similar fight from last week to begin the night. To now, we go to our second part of 3 when it comes to recapping the fighters, and we begin with the hometown favorite winner, Carli Judice, now 2-1 in the UFC. All bonuses in the UFC as well, so good on her there. And like I said, she looked great. She looked well-rounded. Her striking was crisp, pun intended. Her grappling looked fine. Her cardio looked phenomenal. She didn't stop trying to get to finish just because she was winning. Like, she looked great, and like I said, she's getting better before our very eyes. Like, she's really becoming a solid prospect. And she's not bad. She's truly not a bad fighter. Really starting to look good. Like, Caliari is a lot better than Dubin, and she pieced Caliari up with ease. Like, Judice is pretty solid. She's not a bad fighter at all. She's still young in her career and in age. 26 years old, 5-2 now. So still very young, getting better. She's good. She's really good, and she's going to be an interesting one to watch at flyweight, a division that's not the deepest. You can get ranked pretty easily. Look at Kong Wang and Eduardo Mora. Like, Judice is pretty decent, and she can be a real interesting fighter in that division because she has the good striking. Her kicks are alright, her knees are phenomenal, her cardio is good, her grappling defensively is alright. She's good, and again, a legit prospect at flyweight. It looked like beating Dubin and Caliari back-to-back. Those are some good-ass wins. And finishing them, no less, at flyweight, getting finishes, something even the ranked fighters can barely do. That's good, man. That's good, and we'll see. We'll see if Judice, how far she can really go. I think she could be top 15 with how she looks right now, and if she gets better, if Kong Wang can be top 15, anyone could be. So Judice is good. Judice is pretty fucking good, and we'll see how far she can go. Starting off the night hot in Lafayette, getting a nice win. She's good. Good hometown win. And then for her opponent, Nicolle Caliari, now 0-2 in the UFC. Where do I begin? She was pretty much just a good-looking punching bag here. Like, if you want me to be honest, she looked fucking awful. She looked terrible. She really, again, outside of a few decent strikes landed, she really had nothing for Judice, and that was about that. Like, she was a good-looking punching bag. She had her eye swole up really bad after round 1. She really couldn't get anything going on feet or on the ground. She was much shorter. She got bullied around pretty easily. So, just not a good performance by Caliari. And now she's 0-2, getting on the hot seat. One more L and she could be out the door. She needs to win her next fight. I don't think she's not an awful fighter. She's not good, but she's not awful. She needs to move down to strawweight. She's not a flyweight. She's too short. She's 5'3", trying to fight flyweights. Like, how would she even fight an Eduardo Moura, a Kong Wang, just like those taller ones? And Judice ain't even that tall, and she looked like a giant. So, how would she even do against the even taller one? So go down to strawweight. It's the most logical thing for Caliari. I doubt she will, but if she wants any chance at staying in the UFC, that might be her only bet. So, it might not be a fun weight cut, but you might have to try it because flyweight's just not for her. She's too short. She doesn't have a skill set either. Her striking is not really good. Her grappling is, if she can get it there, alright, but she couldn't really get it there. And, she's just not that great. So, more than likely she'll be in 3 fights and she's out fighter. But if she can move down to strawweight, she might have a little bit of chance at winning, but we'll see. Again, right now, she just looks like another good-looking fighter. That sucks. But maybe she can turn the tables on that before it's too late. Time will tell. Cause, God, did she look fucking terrible here, so we'll see what Caliari does. Still young, only 28 years old. But, yeah, not really much else to say there. Bad performance by Caliari. And, if she doesn't move on to strawweight, it looks like she's just gonna be another good-looking flash in the pan. So, that's about that. Only thing left to say now is our first of many times saying this tonight, or today. Who do they fight next? For Carli Judice. Now 2 finishes back to back. She deserves a good opponent. She deserves a good opponent, but who? None of these, because these are step backwards. Bleda, Miller, I wouldn't mind her and Veronica Hardy. That might be interesting, to be honest. That might actually be interesting to see her against Veronica, because, like, of course you got Teresa Bleda. I just gave her a fight deal last week against, or not even that long, I don't know if it was last week, but not that long ago. Inesta, Judice already fought, and she should fight Jamie Lynn Horst, Joanna Miller, garbage. Yana Barbosa. I don't love that fight, to be honest. I like the Veronica Hardy fight. I think that'd be a good fight for Judice. I think that'd be a good fight. Hardy coming off that loss to Eduarda, where she had a lot of hype, and now it's kind of gone now, so we'll see. If Judice could get that win, that'd be a good win for her to jump up into almost the top 15. So I think that'll be my idea. Judice and Veronica Hardy, because again, outside that, Bleda, you could do Joanna Miller. I don't see the real point of it. Dione Barbosa, Jamie Lynn Horst, I like the Hardy fight. I do like the Veronica Hardy fight. So let's do it. Veronica Hardy, Carli Judice. That seems like a pretty decent fight. So fuck it. sounds like a good one to me. It would be a good step up for Judice. A win there would get her right close to the top 15, a lot closer than a win over what Barbosa or Juliana Miller would do. So let's do it. Veronica Hardy, Carli Judice. Sounds like a good fight to me. Let's book it. Not very much else to say. Good fight to begin the night. Judice looked really damn good. And good win for the hometown girl. One of 3 hometown fighters, and she kicked it off right with a win and a finish, no less. And good start to the card. Outside of that, only thing really left to say is who should they fight next. And for Carli Judice, I would like to see her fight Veronica Hardy. I think that'd be a good fight. So let's run that. So yeah, not very much else to say. Good win for Judice. Caliari needs to move down to strawweight. If not, we'll be talking about her on the chopping block sooner than later. And good fight to begin the night. Got a nice finish. Her Judice and Fatima Klein they both know how to start cards. And yeah, the women kicked off the card well. Good on them. Good win for Carli Judice. Let's see her against Veronica Hardy. Good win for Nola. After that, we start the male section of the card, which is the rest of it, the next 13 fights of it. And we begin one of the many middleweight fights on the card. And this one was not great, but it was okay. It was a finish at least. As we had in our second fight of the night, our first male fight of the night, our first fight of many at middleweight tonight. Not a lot to say here. Pretty one-sided fight. I don't think we're very shocked by that. As we had in our second fight of the night, first male fight of the night, Brunno Ferreira versus Jackson McVey. Not a great fight here. Pretty one-sided. Actually, not even one-sided. Not a lot happened until the finish. Long story short for the fight, they started off on feet, obviously, and did fucking nothing. I swear they barely threw any strikes for like the first 2 or 3 minutes. And then Ferreira landed an inside leg kick that fucked up McVey. I believe McVey shot on Ferreira, and Ferreira stopped it and got on top. Or maybe Brunno shot on him. I don't remember, and you know you don't care. But one way or another, Brunno Ferreira ended up on top. And eventually, after some grappling, got an armbar and got to tap. Back-to-back armbar wins for Brunno. And, yeah, pretty forgettable fight. Nothing happened on the feet. Eventually got to outside of a leg kick. Eventually got to the ground, and Brunno locked up a submission. 3 minutes, 35 seconds in. Forgettable. Extremely forgettable. And, yeah, I guess that's kind of the story of the fight. Forgettable. Not very much else to say there. Let's talk about Brunno Ferreira. I'm not even joking. I don't remember anything else. That literally was a part of the fight. So let's talk about Brunno Ferreira, the winner of the fight. Now on a 2-fight winning streak again, getting his second armbar in a row. I'm still not sold on Brunno as a fighter. I think he is, outside of a fluke against Gregory Rodriguez, who has he really beat. Again, we talked about it in the breakdown, and now he has Jackson McVey, who's just a tall tomato can. So, yeah, I'm still not sold on Brunno. Maybe he's good. He's kind of getting old, though. He is, 33 already? 32, so he's not really the youngest guy in the division. And, but it is middleweight, so you could be a little bit older. But I just don't think he's the most skilled. He hits really hard. His grappling's getting better. But is his cardio improved? Probably not. He's still super short. I'm just not sold on him. If we're just going against unranked guys, I still think RoboCop's better and would beat him in a rematch. Pfeiffer's better. Aliskerov is probably better, who he was meant to fight here, so I just don't think much of Brunno. I don't think he's bad, but I think he's very one-dimensional. Two-dimensional. He hits hard and he has grappling, so I don't know. He's never gonna be a top 15 guy. again, Abus Magomedov schooled you, you kind of suck. But he was able to get the win here against McVey, who's kind of terrible, and good win for Brunno, I guess. Back-to-back arm bars, sweet. Just not really much to say. Just don't really think much of Brunno. I think he's... If the rankings of the division had everyone in it, I would say Ferreira's maybe top 35, top 30, and that's just been a way kind of shallow. So, is he even better than a Christian Leroy Duncan? I think he's about the same level, so I don't think much of Brunno, to be honest. And then for his opponent, the debutant Jackson McVey. Yeah, he sucks. He's a record padded bum. He fought bums on the regional scene, got his UFC shot, and got embarrassed. We've seen it 100 times, and we'll see it 100 more times. These record padded bums who get to UFC and get exposed right away. This dude sucks. Can't call him a fraud because no one thought he was actually gonna win this fight. So, but yeah, he sucks. That's simple. Only thing left to say now is, who should they fight next? For Brunno, Ferreira. Let's put him in a fun fight. No more Armand Petrosian, no more fucking Jackson McVey. Let's put him in a fun fight. Not Cedricus, they're not gonna do that. Fuck, maybe Gautier, but I doubt they're gonna do that either. Him and Mansour Abdulmalik would be extremely intriguing, or even a Cesar Almeida, but I doubt they're gonna do Cesar because they don't want him to get grapple fucked again. Shabazian, I don't hate it, I doubt they do it. Gastelum, Park, I don't think, I like that, that Mansour Abdulmalik fight. I think that could be interesting. I don't think I gave Mansour a fight idea after his last fight, so I think that'd be interesting. Is there any other better fights for Mansour? Like, yeah, you could fight Caesar, but I don't think they're gonna do that. Petrosky, Kopylov, Shabazi. I like that. I like that Brunno and Mansour fight. That should be a real test for Mansour, and it'd be a fun fight. Brunno took no damage, so. Yeah, I don't hate it. I really don't hate that idea, so I'm not thinking much better. Let's do the Mansour Abdulmalik versus Brunno Ferreira. That's a fucking banger. That'd be a real test for Mansour. Like, Brunno is not a pushover. I would take Mansour to win that, but it would not be easy. I'm down to see that. I'm truly down to see that. I won't be shocked if they rebooked the Ikram Aliskerov fight for Brunno Ferreira, to be honest, but I could see them moving on from that. I could see them having Ikram fight someone else. So maybe a RoboCop. That'd be kind of good. But if not, what can you do? I think I like that Mansour Abdulmalik versus Brunno Ferreira. That sounds like a great ass fight. I don't think I gave Malik a fight idea after his Cody Brundage win, because I don't even think that was barely a win. So yeah, let's do it. Brunno and Mal. I think one of the few times Brunno's not going to be completely dwarfed. Nope, 6'2", 2'5". Man, damn, Brunno's still going to be short, but I'm still down to see the fight. So yeah, let's do it. Brunno Ferreira, Mansour Abdulmalik. Sounds like a good fight to me. That would be a banger. I could see that. Main card opener of a fight night, or like an Apex featured bout. That'd be great, so let's do it. And then for Jackson McVey, I don't know, they'll probably keep him. I could see him fighting Cedricus or Bo Nickel. So something along there. He's gonna fight the bottom of the barrel. He'll probably lose, but bottom of the barrel. So yeah, not really much else to say there. Not much just in general. Not a great fight. Really nothing happened. A leg kick and an armbar. Good win for Brunno Ferreira, I guess, but Jackson McVey's fucking terrible. So yeah, that's about that. Only thing left to say is, who should they fight next? For Brunno Ferreira, I like the idea of him and Mansour Abdulmalik. I think that'd be a banger of a fight, so let's do it. Malik, Ferreira. You're telling me you don't want to see that fight? Let's see it. The two trains running at each other. That would be a banger. Let's book it. So, yeah, not really much else left to say. Fine one for Bruno Ferreira. Jax McVey is terrible. And let's see Brunno and Mansour Abdul-Malik that'd be a banger. I don't even know what to say, just book it. So, good one for Bruno Ferreira. After that, we go to our third fight of the night. Not gonna waste any time here because you don't care and I don't care. We knew it was gonna happen and it was a waste of time. As we have in our third fight of the night, our only heavyweight fight of the night, and a complete piss break because I know you're shocked who won this fight. We have Ryan Spann versus Łukasz Brzeski. Well, I know you're shocked. Łukasz Brzeski lost the fight. Ryan Spann took him down, eventually submitted him, and it was boring. Not even gonna waste your time here. Cut Łukasz Brzeski, you should have 2 fights ago. Ryan Spann is terrible. He's gonna lose to whoever he fights next. No, I'm not giving him a fight idea. I don't care enough to do that. And, yeah, they both suck, but Łukasz Brzeski is gonna always suck more, cause that dude is just a joke. He's just a light heavyweight who's lazy. So is Ryan Spann. So, what did that tell you? But, yeah, Łukasz Brzeski's terrible. Send him off to PFL. Ryan Spann should be cut also, but what can you do? Yeah, I'm gonna pick against Ryan Spann in his next fight for sure. I guarantee you he's gonna lose it. And for Łukasz, cut him. Simple. Garbage. Waste of time. They both suck. Next. And I got the pick right, so I'm not salty. I just don't care about that shitty fight, and you don't either. Speaking of shitty fights, our co-main event of the prelims, or early prelims, my bad. Oh, wow, was this bad. These two are so bad, but the one dude finally won a fight. I know, we're shocked. Man, Poland, you really got the short end of the stick here. Back-to-back L's, sorry guys. As we have in our co-main event of the early prelims, a forgettable fight that no one cared about, and we all got right because it was pretty simple. We had in our co-main event of the early prelims. Why do I keep wanting to say feature about? We have in the light heavyweight division for the only time tonight, Jimmy Crute versus Marcin Prachnio. Jimmy Crute actually won a fight. I know. Call the papers. You're fucking shocked. Yeah, this fight was a waste of time. The UFC literally just handed Jimmy Crute the shittiest fighter they have and said, here you go, get a win, and he did. So, do you really care about the recap of the fight? They did a little bit of striking. No one landed anything. Eventually, Crute might have knocked Prachnio down. I don't know. I don't remember, and you don't care. Eventually, he got on top of him, submitted him with was it an armbar? Yes, and that was that. Do you really care about the deep details of it? Jimmy Crute won. Excuse me. Like we all knew he would. So that's that. Simple. Talk about each fighter real quick. For Jimmy Crute, yeah, he's still terrible, and he's gonna get destroyed by whoever he fights that's actually talented. But yeah, he's just good for him, finally getting a win for the first time since 2020. But yeah, he's garbage. Like, he's still young, only 29 years old, but he's terrible. It's that simple. He's truly terrible. And yeah. Like, in a division that has a few Aussies in it, Alberg, Navio Sterling, and Crute. Crute's the worst by a mile. And that says a lot when Navio Sterling's there, so yeah, Crute's terrible, and it's that simple. He is truly garbage. And then for Marcin Prachnio, he still sucks. I doubt they're gonna cut him, and that's that. Simple. Sorry, Poland, but yeah, your boys tonight suck. Brzeski and actually, I doubt even Poland watched, so never mind. Don't feel bad. Last thing to say, yes, I'll let you give Jimmy Crute a fight idea because why not? I respect him more than Ryan fucking Spann. For Jimmy Crute, who should he fight next? You can't give him a complete layup, but yeah, give him. You're not gonna give, like, he called out Dustin Jacoby, so he's trying to lose right away. But yeah, maybe a Brunno Lopez who's coming off a loss to said Jacoby. I wish Ebo wasn't booked, because that would have been a good one. Yeah, this, like, he would lose all of these fucking fights. Did Veretennikov get? Oh yeah, Veretennikov got a new pick, sweet. Yes, I'm more intrigued in that than a Jimmy Crute fight. Tuco Tacos, obviously, no. Yeah, fuck it, let's give him Brunno Lopez, who's coming off that loss to Dustin Jacoby. Like, outside of that, I don't really see anything else, so... yeah, let's do it. Brunno Lopez, Jimmy Crute. Probably another fight I'd pick Crute to win, to be honest. So, if he could win that, then you could start making a case for giving him one of these higher echelon guys, like a Jacoby, a Cutelaba, something like that. But right now, I think Brunno Lopez would make the most sense. So, I just really don't, like, the only other guy who's in the UFC still, who's down here is like Ivan Ursulin. I don't even know if he's still in the UFC fully. And unbooked, obviously, so... but, yeah, let's do it. Brunno Lopez, Jimmy Crute. That's the perfect prelim on the Perth card. Book it. Pretty simple. Not much else to say. Both these guys are terrible, but Prachnio sucks more. I still don't think Jimmy Crute is back, because, no, he beat up a tomato can, so that's pretty simple. And who should he fight next? Let's see him fight Brunno Lopez. Like, another guy who he is beatable and he should be able to beat, so let's do it. Jimmy Crute, Brunno Lopez. Crute should win that fight. And I actually would pick him to win that. I hope he's the underdog, because that'd be fucking easy pickings. And, yeah, so let's do it. Give him another easy win, and then we can talk about giving him a guy like Jacoby, Menafield, yada yada. Well, not Menafield, but hypothetically, if you just throw names out there. So, let's do it. Crute versus Brunno Lopez. Perfect prelim on the Perth card in October, I believe. So, let's do it. I doubt they're going to cut Prachnio, but if they did, I wouldn't mind. Jimmy Crute's not back. He just beat someone who sucks worse than he does. And let's see him fight Brunno Lopez. Simple. Speaking of simple, our featured early prelim was the definition of that, because I think everyone on Earth got this prediction right, because how the fuck could you not? Yeah, I'm shocked it took 4 minutes to get this right, to be honest, but in the end, we still got it. As we have in our featured early prelim in the welterweight division for the only time tonight. No, that's a lie. We go 2 more times. But I would rather think this was the only time tonight, because this was the only good one. As we have in our featured early prelim, a fight everyone got right. Islam Dulatov versus Adam Fugitt. How many people got this wrong? 3%. You're an idiot. Yeah. Long story short, the fight started. Neither guy did much early. A few strikes landed between the two, but nothing crazy. And then Dulatov landed, and Fugitt went down. It was, what was it? A left hook that put him down. A little bit of ground and pound that put Fugitt out. And that was that. Islam Dulatov wins his debut by first round knockout against Adam Fugitt pretty easily. And that was about that. Like I said, did anyone get this wrong? Yeah, that's nothing real to say there. Dulatov took 4 minutes to knock out Fugitt. Probably should have done it quicker, but whatever. Quick win's a quick win, and that's about that. Not really much else to say. Like, we all knew it was gonna happen, just when. So, simple. to talk about the fighters will be the winner, Islam Dulatov, 1-0 in UFC now. This kid looks good. This kid looks really fucking good. His striking looks good. He has grappling. We don't know about his cardio. That could be a worry. But has he won 15 minutes before? Once, and it was a loss. Okay, that's not great. So we don't know about his cardio. But outside of that, like, this kid looks really good. His striking is good. His power is good. His grappling seems decent. Good power. He's good. Gotta lay up here just to get his feet wet in the UFC and get a free win and a free bonus. And we'll see where he goes from here. So they'll probably give him another layup-ish fight. And he's still young, gonna be 27 years old soon, so he's not gonna be rushing to get to the top 15. So build him up slowly. Probably Germany's best fighter in the UFC right now, because who the fuck else is there? Magomedov, who's terrible. So yeah, not really steep competition in that regard. And yeah, good one for Islam Dulatov. Free, easy win in your debut. Looked pretty good. And then for Adam Fugitt, everyone's favorite slow motherfucker. Yeah, he was cannon fodder here and he did his job perfectly. Now 2-3 in the UFC. And if you're wondering, I punch my legs or feet a lot when I talk. I don't know why. Now 2-3 in the UFC. He's not gonna get cut because he was coming off a win coming into this fight, and he is perfect cannon fodder for debutants. So, or young guys. So they're not gonna cut him yet. He is 36 years old, but at least he'll get one more fight, bare minimum, if not more. So yeah, you'll see him getting fed to another Contender Series guy, but sometimes he does beat him. So you never know just who's the next Contender Series guy coming off to Contender, or who the next Contender Series welterweight coming up, I guess. So Fugitt Contender Series is coming back in like a month, so Fugitt's looking at his next opponent probably. So that'll be fun. If that really does happen, that'll be fucking hilarious. So we'll see what Fugitt. Time will tell there, and yeah, maybe he'll either get another win or be fed to the wolves. Time will tell. Fuck it. Only thing left to say now is, who should they fight next? For Dulatov, I usually don't give debutants a fight idea, but maybe I'll give Dulatov one if I can find one. Because he did look really good here. Of course, you're not going to give him a ginormous fight right away. You want to build him up slowly, which is something the UFC has no idea about, or they have too much idea about. I don't know which one is true anymore. But what I do know is, who could Dulatov fight? None of these guys, I don't think. I think a lot, like, either these guys would be a step backwards or a big step forwards. I'm not really thinking any of these guys. Yeah, I don't really think any of these guys would be the right call. Yeah, I'm not really seeing an idea that pops out at me, to be honest. Like, I'll scroll through one more time, but like, who? Like, maybe a Charles Radke? But, I don't know, that seems like Radke's not that, well, he's not good, but he's not awful. That'd be kind of high of a jump up early. Reese McKee. Billy Ray Golf. So, yeah, really no Basil Hoffens. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I don't know, none of these are like, what, a Leech, Chaos Williams, so I don't know, none of these guys are. I'll go to page 3, because he is a debutant, so you're not going to give him a super good fight early, but looks like page 3 is tomato cans. So yeah, really no fight idea for Dulatov, nothing jumping out at me right away. So, and like I said, I usually don't give fight ideas to guys coming off their debut, so I let the UFC do that hard work. There's a lot of guys, you either give them a good step up, like a Radke or someone along those lines, or you could give them a step down, like, or not a step down, but a guy who's not really much better, so. we'll see which one the UFC does. Time will tell there. Time will definitely tell there. So I don't know. I'm intrigued to see what they do with Dulatov. Not really. Again, the best one, maybe a Charles Radtke fight, but even that kind of feels like a decently sized jump. Like Radtke's not great, but he's not like a tomato can. So we'll see. Maybe they do that fight. I wouldn't be shocked. But I don't know. Not really 100% sure what they're gonna do there. So yeah, sadly no fight idea for Dulatov, but great debut nonetheless. I'm excited to see him fight again. Hopefully we see him one more time this year during his rookie year, but if not, shit happens. And yeah, watch weight. Looks like they got another good prospect on their hands, like Sam Patterson, like that dude who just beat Oban Elliott, like fucking Brian Battle, of course, like all those guys. So watch weight has a lot of interesting prospects. Let's see who steps up. Will Dulatov be that guy to step up and be the next one up? We'll see. It looked great here, and I'm excited to see him again. Good one for Dulatov in his debut. Fugitt was cannon fodder, and I doubt he's going to get cut anytime soon. And, yeah, good debut for Dulatov to end the early prelims with a bang. Which all of them were bangs, so get you up, boys. Yeah, 40 minutes, Christ. Trust me, the recap's gonna get a lot quicker, so. But, yeah, good early prelims, 5 finishes. What a combined fight time of, just the last 4 fights, barely 2 rounds. And then they count in the Judice fight, yeah, that's a long fight, but still a finish, so good early prelims. Like, yeah, Judice looked good, so that was actually important. Brunno Ferreira, yeah, not the most important. Spann and Crute still suck, and Dulatov looks good. So I would say maybe outside Dulatov and Judice, the other 3 were kind of pointless, or whatever, but still good. And finishes, that's the most important thing, they were finishes. So good shit, boys. Good early prelims, making the most of being on Fight Pass, so you're not really getting a lot of respect. But you still made the most of it, so good early prelims. Then we went to the prelims, which is where everything started to go wrong. Not right off the bat, but soon, so. Let's get into our prelim opener. We're already 42.5 minutes in, so let's start knocking these down, kind of like what this dude did in this fight, as we have in our prelim opener in the middleweight division. Again, for the second of many on this card, we head to middleweight for a fight that I don't even think you can call a fight. It felt wrong to actually watch. It looked wrong, but are we shocked by this outcome? I know I'm not, so. This dude's good. This dude's extremely scary. As we had in our prelim opener in the middleweight division, a barely thing you can call a fight between the last good fight of the night, shall I say, Ateba Gautier versus Robert Valentin. Francis Ngannou beat the shit out of Yuri Prochazka. That's the worst I've ever said. Prochazka. Yeah, this was not a fight at all, to be honest. This, again, felt wrong to watch almost. This was one dude beating the fuck out of another man for 70 seconds. Just not much to recap. When Gautier finally landed, Valentin was on the ropes, stayed on the ropes, taunted him, and eventually after taunting and getting his ass beat, really throwing nothing back at Gautier, Valentin went down, and that was that. Ateba Gautier wins in 70 seconds, and goddamn, this dude is scary. This kid is legit, and yeah, that again felt wrong to watch almost. That was an ass beating. So crazy. Fucking crazy. So that was not even fair. That was not even fair, to be honest. So what can you really say? Not really much to say. So let's talk about the fighters, and we gotta talk about Ateba Gautier. This kid is so fucking good. There's still questions about him. How does his cardio hold up late in a fight? How is his grappling? We don't know the answer to those two things. What we do know is his striking is fucking amazing. His power is out of this world. And middleweight has a new problem on their hands. If he's already in contention, maybe not contention, but he's already on the list for Rookie of the Year at this moment in time. He'll probably fight one more time this year. Gautier is good. Gautier is really good, and this kid is legit. He already has a loss on his record, so he already knows how that feels. So we're not worrying about that. Let's just see how this guy can do. Yes, I'll give you benefit of the doubt here. He has beat 2 tomato cans. Jose Medina, awful. Robert Valentin, awful. So I'll give you that. But at the same time, he's running through them like you should. So he's not going into round 2 with these guys. He's beating them in round 1 like you should. So this kid's good. This kid is fucking good. Maybe the best prospect at middleweight at the moment. Prospect, of course, guys like RoboCop are good, but they're not prospects. Like, unless I'm forgetting someone at middleweight, I think Gautier might be the best prospect. I think he's better than Mansour Abdul Malik. Like, Malik has looked kind of mid, so Gautier's good, man. Francis got him at middleweight. See what the guy can do. And then for his opponent, Rob Zilla, I'm not going to say much here. He was exactly what he was meant to be here. Cannon fodder. He got his ass beat, and it's time to cut him. So, lost the Ultimate Fighter, lost to Torres Vinny, lost to Diba Gautier, 3-0, or 0-3, I mean. You're gone. See ya. Goodbye. So, nice try, Yuri from Wish, but that's your UFC career over. Enjoy PFL. At least Switzerland still has Oezdemir, right? Is Volkan Switzerland? So they still have a fighter at least. So yeah, they still got a Volkan at least. So see you guys about Valentin. You suck. And the only thing left saying now is who should they fight next? For Diba Gautier, of course you're not gonna boost him in the top 50. I hope you don't boost him in the top 15 right away, but you give him a bit of a step up now. We've seen him beat tomato cans. Like, yes, you could give him a Streakus Dumas, but what do we get out of that? Ooh, I forgot about Marco Tullio. Yeah, Gautier is the second best prospect, but minor details. Who do you give Gautier now? GM3 is booked. Damn it. Who do you give Gautier? Like, the main ones coming to mind are maybe Andre Muniz, but I don't really see what he gets out of that. Dustin Stoltzfus is always there to get beat up. Andre Petrosky would be kind of interesting to see him against a grappler. Edmund Shabazzian if they want to see a man fucking die. I don't mind the Dustin Stoltzfus fight, but I kind of feel bad for Stoltzfus at this point. Like, we've seen him get beat up so many times, we really don't need to see it again. Fuck, I don't know. Like, fuck it, Andre Petrosky. Let's do it. Like, he's, like, out of all the other grapplers in the division are booked at the moment, so fuck it, Andre Petrosky. Like, that'd be against a grappler at least, and we could see how he does against said grappler. So, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Diba Gautier versus Andre Petrosky. Sounds like a good fight to me, because we need to see Gautier versus a grappler. If we can see that, how he does there, then we'll be talking. Because outside of that, like, we know he's gonna beat Dustin Stoltzfus or fucking Andre Muniz. And I get Muniz as a grappler as well, but he's old. Petrosky's still youngish. He's 34, so he's not old. He's not young, but he's not this what? He's a grappler. So we're gonna see how Gautier does against grappling, and I think that makes the most sense. So let's do it. Andre Petrosky versus Diba Gautier. I think that's a good fight in my opinion. It's that or Dustin Stoltzfus, so I'd rather see Petrosky, so let's do it. Ateba Gautier versus Andre Petrosky. Book it. Petrosky will probably fight soon. He didn't take a lot of damage against Edmund. Gautier took not a single fucking punch in this fight. Book it. Pretty simple. Not really much else to say. Ateba Gautier is a problem. Him and Marco Tullio are the best prospects at middleweight right now. And, yeah, they're really fucking good, so not really much else to say there, is there? I guess the only thing left is let's see him against a grappler, let's see him against Andre Petrosky. A win there, you could really start putting him... If he wins that, I could see him main eventing a fight night against, like, a ranked guy pretty easily, so let's do it. Ateba Gautier versus Andre Petrosky, get another win there this year. He could be... this time next year, we could talk about Ateba being top 15. Like, this kid is really fucking good, and I'm excited to see him fight again. He's definitely one of my most interesting fighters right now, so let's see him beat up Andre Petrosky, a grappler. Let's see if he can stop takedowns, because that's what I'm intrigued in, so let's do it. Gautier, Petrosky, book it. Outside that, not really much else to say. Ateba Gautier is amazing. Valentin sucks, and really good seeing him in the UFC, I guess, for about 5 minutes. And, yeah, we'll see Gautier versus a grappler like Petrosky. About all I gotta say about the last good fight of the night. And then we get to the bullshit. The 8 decisions in a row. So this is where we're gonna start going a lot quicker, at least for most of these. So, let's not waste any more time. 51 minutes in, and let's start the shit portion of the card with our first of 8 decisions in a row. And God, am I pissed about this one. Lock of the night, you fucking bum. We had in our second fight of the prelims, in our first of 8 decisions, Nicolle Veretennikov versus Francisco Prado. Not gonna waste your time here. Nicolle's garbage. Prado's a tomato can. Cut Prado. Fuck Nicolle. God damn, that's my first lock of the night. Loss in like 3 months. So, I'll take it on the chin. It sucks. It was not a robbery. I do agree with the decision. I think, did I score it for Nicolle? Or did I score it for Prado? I think I scored for Nicolle. Oh no, I gave it to Prado, but it was close. It was very close, so I'm not gonna cry robbery, because I don't think it was. It was a close fight. Could've went either way. Both suck anyway, and fuck Prado, you bum motherfucker. Thank God for Ponzi. At least Argentina has one good fighter. And actually, Eileen Perez, she's good, so fuck off, don't care, fuck both of you. Y'all started the downward spiral of this card, but then it did pick up a bit after that, because we did have a banger in our co-main event, the prelims, what should have been on the main card. I'm happy to be proven right, like always, when it comes to something like this, as we had in our co-main event, the prelims, what should have been the co-main event of the card, our fight of the night bonus-wise. I don't know if I agree, but it was a really good fight, as we had in our co-main event of the prelims in the middleweight division, the real co-main event on the card, Brendan Allen versus Marvin Vettori. I'm so shocked the fight that should have been the co-main event on the card was better than anything on the main card. Yeah. The fight that should have been a fight night main event should have been on the paper. I'm not gonna rant about that shit. The UFC's fucking stupid, so fuck them. What wasn't stupid was this fight. This fight was really fucking good. I forgot I even had this page open after a while on this card, but we do gotta use it now. Not really much to say. Brendan Allen dominated. This was a domination by Brendan Allen. In round 1, he had a few bad moments, but he did overall dominate Vettori on the feet and on the ground. Close round, but clear for Allen. And then round 2 and 3 were much of the same, were pretty similar. It was just Allen beating Vettori up on the feet, but of course with Marvin Vettori, he's not going to go down without a fight. But it was not much of a fight, and Brendan Allen wins a clear 30-27, and yeah, as everyone wanted to count out Brendan Allen, but the dude's actually really goddamn good when he shows up at his best. And he showed here, wiping the floor with Vettori 3-0 at home. Quick, easy win, great fight. It was a banger. They were just swinging. But Allen could hit him 300 times clean, and he would never drop Vettori because Vettori is just never gonna go down. So, but it was still a good fight, good win for Brunno and Allen, and yeah, really good fight. So, yeah, not really much to say. People want to count out Brunno and Allen when the dude's actually really damn good. That's your mistake, and that's about that. Talk about the fires. We'll begin with Mr. All-In Allen. Again, I've said it before, I just said it a minute ago, people want to count this dude out when he's actually good. And again, I said it before, if you were picking Vettori, you were not picking him to be the better fighter, because he's not. He's terrible. You were picking Allen to shit the bed like he does regularly, but he didn't here. And this is the Brennan Allen we love to see, the guy who's really good. His striking has gotten better. His grappling, we already know, is phenomenal. His cardio looked better here. The dude is really talented. 29 years old, still young, very experienced. And if you really look at his only 2 losses, Imavov, who people think's good for some reason, and Fluffy, who is great. So, I really don't, I don't get why he gets so much hate when dude's actually really good. Yes, he's inconsistent. He doesn't show up. If he would have showed up like this against Imavov, he would have beat him easily. Imavov's awful, but he didn't show up like this, and that's sad, but what can you do? Brennan Allen fighting at his best is a top 5 middleweight, and I'll just say that. The dude is really good, and that's about that. That's where I'll leave this. Talking about him is when he's fighting at his best, he can be top 5 easily at middleweight. That's all I gotta say. And then for Marvin Vettori, now on a 3-fight losing streak, hasn't won a fight since Ramon Dolidze back in 2023. Yeah, he's brutally washed at this point. 31 years old, 3-fight skid, has looked terrible in his last 3 fights. Cannonier used him as a punching bag. Dolidze destroyed him. Brennan Allen destroyed him. And now he's 1-4 in his last 5. So, and that one win, he lost the rematch, so what does that tell you? Yeah, Vettori's done. They're not gonna cut him yet, even though they probably should. They're not going to. And, yeah, he's cooked. He's done. He's not, he should not be ranked anymore. He's kind of going down the same path as Jack Hermansson, and I think he will be joining Jack Hermansson on the unranked side of things very soon. He's just not good anymore. He never was good to begin with, in my opinion. He's just really tough, and he has good grappling because he's strong. But outside of that, he never learned how to strike, and he's just not really good. Getting older, now on a 3-fight skid, he just doesn't have it anymore. And I think we've seen the last of Marvin. He'll fight again in the UFC, but that might be his last dance. Dude just really doesn't have it anymore. It's that simple. With that being said, the only thing left to say is, who should I fight next? Yes, I have to use 2 different browsers to use the UFC site because it doesn't work on Firefox. If anyone knows how to fix that, let me know. Fight ideas for Brennan Allen. Now he's going to be ranked number 10 after beating Marvin. So who could he fight? He, probably either the loser of Imavov Kai. If Kaio loses to Imavov, I think that'd be good. Or if Whitaker loses to De Ridder, I think that'd make a lot of sense. Because outside that, Dolidze is fighting Fluffy, Cannonier is fighting MVP. So I would say if one of these 2 loses their fight coming up, which Whitaker is going to, and Kaio could, I like this. Fuck, I would love to see him fight Izzy, but it's almost confirmed Izzy's gonna rematch Strickland, so that's off the table. So let's do Allen versus either Kaio or Whitaker if they lose. So I think that'd make a lot of sense. Excuse me. looking at the middleweight rankings made me sick. And, yeah, let's do it. Either Whitaker or Kaio, depending on who loses their fight. If they both win, then I don't know. But I think that'd be fair for Brendan. And get him right back into the position where he should be. So, and I think he would beat Whitaker. So, will that tell you? But, yeah. And then for Marvin, he's probably going to be fighting an unranked guy, or he's going to be fighting, I think Abus is fighting Joe Pyfer, so I wouldn't be shocked to see Vettori versus Pyfer, or even something along those lines. Maybe Vettori against Kopylov. We'll see. Like, or again, I could see him fighting RoboCop. So, we'll see. It's going to be this bottom portion of the division outside of Renier de Ridder is going to be really interesting to see what happens after 318. Obviously, Renier is going to be out of here after next week when he beats Whitaker. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this bottom of the top 15, what happens with them now. So, that'll be interesting. That'll be very interesting. So, but for Brendan Allen, either Whitaker or Caio Borrello, whoever loses their next fight, is who he should fight. So, there you go. And that's about, and again, I have no idea what Vettori's gonna do now, so, yeah. But, there you go, that's really all I gotta say there. Yeah, good fight, as expected, should have been on the pay-per-view. And, good win for Brendan Allen at home, happy for him, and Carli Judice, both getting home W's. And, yeah, who should he fight next? Either Whitaker or Kaio, whoever loses their fight. And fights. They're not fighting each other. They probably should have. And yeah, that's about that. Good win for Brendan Allen, fighting at his best, which is a top 5 level guy. Can we see this Brendan Allen more often? And Vettori is done. I feel bad for the guy, but at the same time, I'm honest. He's cooked. So Vettori's done. Good win for Allen. Good fight. Good prelim co-main event. Good co-main event, I should say. And now time for the featured prelim, a shit fight. This fight was goddamn awful. Oh Christ, was this bad. Our featured prelim in the bantamweight division, a fight that on paper looked amazing, and execution was dog shit. As we had in our featured prelim in the bantamweight division, a fight that I swear felt like 25 minutes when it was only 15. Our terrible featured prelim at bantamweight between Vinicius, Oliveira versus Kyler Phillips. Yeah, this fight was bad. Kyler Phillips was getting cardio in for 15 minutes, and Vinicius Oliveira was walking forward. Yeah, this was awful. Round 1, Kyler had a better round. He was able to move around the cage very well and point fight and take round 1 pretty soundly. Round 2, Vinicius, I believe, dropped Kyler twice, once or twice. And outside of that, not much else happened. Took the round. And then round 3, they were both dead tired. And they had a sloppy, shitty round. But I believe Vinicius did a little more to win it, and that's why he did win it. And it was a clear 29-28 for Vinicius Oliveira. And, yeah, and a piss-poor featured prelim, which on paper looked like it was going to be great. When execution was piss-poor. Yeah, this fight sucked. I don't even know what you want me to say. For 15 minutes, Kyler Phillips ran away and worked in round 1 because he had cardio. Round 2 and 3, he was gassed, so he was literally just running away. Vinicius had no cardio, so he was just walking forward slowly. It was slow. It was shitty. It was sloppy. Sounds really bad. Yeah, this fight sucked. Like, good win. Like, happy for Vinicius getting the win, but yeah, this dude's gonna get fraud checked so bad soon. Like, he has no cardio. Go the featherweight, dude. Just go up to featherweight. The bantamweight cut clearly is just killing you. Go to featherweight. This is not your weight class. Like, good one against Kyler. Thank God Kyler has shittier cardio. So, Yeah, not a good fight. Not a good look for either guy. Vinicius looks bad. Kyler looks fucking awful. Not a fight that did much good for anybody outside of the rankings for Vinicius, and yeah, not a good fight at all. To talk about the fighters, like I said, Vinicius looked pretty terrible. Like, yes, on paper, good win. Kyle Phillips is a good fighter, but God, it was just a piss poor performance. Yeah, Vinicius is gonna get fraud checked sooner than later. Like, for as good as he is, his cardio is just non-existent. He has no fucking chance against anyone highly ranked that has cardio. Piotr, Corey, fuck, even Rob Font might beat him. Like, this kid just has no fucking cardio. Which is a shame, because he is really good. But that cardio is just fucking horrific, so... just go to featherweight. I don't know why he doesn't fight at featherweight. He's a featherweight that's trying to kill himself to get that bantamweight advantage, and it's going to fuck him over soon. Like, he's going to get fraud tricked, and I can see it now. It might be his next fight, might be his next fight after that. He's going to be he's going to be a giant favorite, and he's going to lose to someone who has a cardio. So, this kid's just really talented, but goddamn does he gas so badly after like a round and a half. So he's still making it work now, but dude, just go to featherweight. It's that simple. And then for the opponent, Kyler Phillips, now on his first 2-fight losing streak of his career. Just in general, people have figured him out, and his style just does not work anymore. He tries to fight like Israel Adesanya, and he doesn't have the cardio to do so. He tries to run around the cage and point fight, and he just doesn't work anymore. Like, I don't know why he's still trying this. It doesn't work. It just truly does not work. Versus higher level guys, at least. Like, yeah, against Pedro Munoz and Marcelo Rojo, that can work. But against Vinicius, that didn't work. Against Rob Font, who's terrible, that just did not work. The strategy and fighting style just is not it, and at this point, Kyler is just gonna fall into the same category as guys like Davey Grant and Adrian Llanos in this division. Good, but figured out quickly, and not... Kyler is easily the worst of the fighting, the MMA lab guys now at bantamweight. Like, even with Marcus McGee getting smashed next week, he at least is losing a Piotr Jan, and he's probably gonna put up a decent fight. Mario Batista is on a winning streak. Sean O'Malley was the champion. Kyler Phillips is trying to point fight and run away for 3 rounds and can't even do it right. So, I do think Kyler's a talented fighter, but at this point, we've kind of seen him get exposed. And he's just not as good as we thought, because his fighting style is just... A dude with no cardio can't win with that fighting style because they don't have the cardio to fucking do it. Izzy could do that because he has the cardio. You don't. So, I just don't know what Kyler's doing anymore, and 2-fight skid now, probably about to fall out the top 15. His game plan is just fucking stupid for the lack of cardio he has. It's that simple. And with that being said, speaking of the top 15, let's look for our last and final thing to talk about with this part of the recap. Who should he fight next? For Vinicius, Oliveira. Now gonna move up to number 12. Who does he fight? Let's see. So he's gonna jump McGee and Montel. Let's see. So Rob Font's booked, right? Or he's probably gonna fight Song Yadong, I would imagine. Is Rob Font booked? I thought he was. No. But I'm pretty sure he's like trying to fight Song Yadong, so I won't be shocked if they do that. Mario Batista, I don't know what they're gonna do with him, to be honest. Probably Cheeto, I would imagine. I would imagine Batista's gonna fight Cheeto, so for what I think they're gonna do, they're gonna have Song Yadong fight Rob Font. They're gonna have Batista fight Cheeto. Of course, we know these guys. So that leaves Vinicius with Cejudo, Zahabi, and Montel, pretty much. I'm down to see him fight Aim and Zahabi, to be honest. I think that'd make a lot of sense. Zahabi coming off a loss to Jose Aldo, for being honest. I think that would make a lot of sense. He's not gonna fight Cejudo, and they're not gonna throw Vinicius in their Figgy or Song. Like, Figgy's probably gonna fight Sean O'Malley, I would imagine. So, like, again, what I think they're gonna do is Batista and Cheeto, Song and Rob, Figgy and Sean, and that leaves Cejudo and Eamon above Vinicius. And again, Cejudo's not gonna take that fight, so let's do Vinicius and Zahabi. I think it would make a lot of sense. Let's do it. And is Montel Jackson booked? I don't think he's booked either, so maybe they could do some with him. But I don't think they're going to do Vinicius and Montel. I would take Montel 100%. I'm not even joking. I would take Montel to win that fight. So, but yeah, I think Vinicius and Zahabi would make the most sense. So, because I think the top 8's kind of booked, or getting ready to be booked. So that leaves Cejudo, Zahabi, and Montel, and Eamon's the one I could actually see taking that fight with Vinicius. So, and to be honest, Zahabi might win that fight. So, but let's do a Vinicius and Eamon Zahabi. They are going to Canada later in the year, so that could be maybe the co-main there. Let's do it. Vinicius Oliveira, Eamon Zahabi. I'm not seeing much else that makes sense, so let's do it. Works for me, man. So, yeah, that's why. And then for Kyler Phillips, he's gonna fight someone outside of the top 15. Maybe Malcolm Wellmaker, maybe who else is right outside the top 15? A few guys. So he's definitely gonna fight someone out of the top 15, and we'll see how he does there. And yeah, that's pretty simple. So yeah, bad night for Kyler. His fighting style just does not work for him at all. And Vinicius is probably gonna get fraud checked sooner than later, because that man just has no cardio. So yeah, not very much else to say. Who should they fight next? I like Vinicius Oliveira versus Eamon Zahabi. I think that makes the most sense, because I think the only one who would say yes to a fight with Vinicius, because I don't think he's going to get a top 8 fight, and Cejudo, and not going to take that fight. So let's do it. Vinicius and Eamon Zahabi. Makes sense in my book. Perfect fight for that Canada card later in the year. Book it. So that's about all I gotta say there. Terrible featured prelim, rare terrible fight at bantamweight, and yeah, Vinicius is gonna get fraud checked soon, because that cardio is just fucking bad, man. But that's all I gotta say about the prelims. Just these 4 prelims, it was 2 good fights and 2 bad fights. If you look at the prelims overall, with the early prelims adding a lot of good to it, it was a lot of good to a little bit of bad. So overall, decent prelims. Not amazing, but decent. They get pretty bad towards the end, but it was saved by a lot of finishes and a really good middleweight fight. So not the worst, not the best. Whatever. And then we got to the main card. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god, what the fuck? Let's just get into it. We're already an hour and 15 minutes in, and I'm not gonna say a lot about most of these fights, so let's just get right into this shit with our first fight of the main card on the pay-per-view. A pretty terrible, disappointing fight in the lightweight division, and an upset at that, a crazy one. But are you ever shocked by this guy anymore? As we have in our pay-per-view opener in the lightweight division, a giant upset. Again, are we even shocked anymore with this guy? We had Michael Johnson versus Daniel Zellhuber. How was this fight terrible? I'm truly amazed that this fight was terrible because these two are fun fighters, so I expected a good fight, but it was pretty bad. Round 1, Johnson did a little more to take the round. It was not very eventful, but he did enough. Round 2, he dropped Zellhuber. Outside of that, not much happening around. And then round 3, Johnson did slow down, and Zellhuber started to take over. And he won round 3, Zellhuber that is, but like we always say, too little, too late in a 3-rounder, and Michael Johnson wins a clear 29-28 decision as a giant underdog. But again, like I said, are we shocked with Michael Johnson anymore? His whole gimmick is winning when you never think he should, and he does it again here. MJ 2-1 beats Daniel Zellhuber at a fucking 13-year age cap or whatever. And, yeah, Michael fucking Johnson, man. Fight was terrible, but I'm happy for MJ. And, yeah, he deserves it, man. He's a legend. Zellhuber's a bum, and the fight sucked, but happy for MJ. But all I gotta say there to talk about the fighters from Michael Johnson at 39 years old, almost 40, still getting wins, now on a 3-fight winning streak, above 500 again in UFC. How is he on a 3-fight winning streak? But it's hard not to be, it's impossible not to be happy for MJ. He's winning fights. You love Michael Johnson. He had no business winning this fight, but he did. And now he's on a 3-fight winning streak, and you could make a case he's close to the top 15, which sounds batshit insane, but he is. He truly is close to the top 15, so that's Michael Johnson for you, man. He could beat Khabib and then lose to goddamn CM Punk, but that's Michael Johnson. The most unpredictable fighter in UFC history, still getting wins at 39. As a giant underdog against guys much younger. As bad as the fight was, it's impossible not to feel good for MJ, so good for Michael Johnson. He deserves it. And then for this bum, Daniel Zellhuber, I'm going to just say now, because I'm not going to talk about the Ige fight much, Veretennikov's a terrible coach. What the fuck was Zellhuber doing? His whole game plan was what? Throw kicks against a 50-year-old who has a glass chin? Zellhuber's terrible. He's fucking terrible, man. Veretennikov's a terrible coach. And yeah, what the fuck, man. I don't know what the fuck Zellhuber was doing or not doing, I guess would be a better way to put it, and he deserved to lose this fight, and he did lose this fight, so terrible performance. I don't know why you're barely trying to fight a 50-year-old Michael Johnson, and you deserve to lose, so Zellhuber fucking sucks, and Veretennikov's a terrible coach. Let's stop pretending, so it's that simple. Only thing I'll say now is, who should I fight next for MJ getting closer to the top 15. I never thought I would say that about Michael Johnson in 2025, but that's Michael Johnson for you. Who is he gonna fight next? Jim Miller. I'm shocked he's never fought. Has he ever fought Jim? If he has never fought Jim Miller, you might have to make a case you gotta do that fight. He never fought Jim. That's interesting. But if he wants to fight more realistic to the top 15, fuck it, let's see him. Fuck it, Jim Miller. He has to fight Jim Miller in his lifetime. Two lightweight legends somehow never have fought each other. You gotta do Jim Miller and Michael Johnson. Like, that'd be a banger. Is Bobby Green booked right now? I would love to. Oh no, he is fighting Diego Ferreira. Fuck, I would love to see Michael Johnson and Bobby Green. But fucking Jim Miller and Michael Johnson. That sounds like a perfect fight. So, unless you give him like Ignacio or Nazareth, which knowing him, he might fucking win. Let's do it. Jim Miller and Michael Johnson. How do you not do that fight? At least, like, again, how have they never fought each other? How have they never even been booked against each other? I get he's at featherweight for a little bit, but like, how has that fight never even... Unless they're in the same camp, which I don't believe they are. Killcliff out of Boca Raton. Jim Miller is New Jersey. Yeah, book it. Jim Miller, Michael Johnson. I see no reason not to finally do that fight. Book it. Yeah, 10 years late, but who cares? So, again, who doesn't want to see MJ and Jim Miller fight? And hell, they might be better now than they were back then. So, MJ, Jim Miller, beautiful fight. Would be a perfect featured prelim on a pay-per-view. Two legends. Let's see it. How have they never fought? I don't know. Michael Johnson, Jim Miller. Book it. Zellhuber, just fucking cut him. I don't give a fuck. He sucks. Throw him on the Noche prelims. He's so shitty. And, yeah, good one for Michael Johnson. Never thought I would say that on this card, but it's Michael Johnson. He does shit like that. Good for him. And, let's see what happens next with MJ. Not much else to say. Let's see him fight Jim Miller. You gotta do that fight once in their careers. And Zellhuber, you're a fucking bum. Your coach sucks, and you suck. Great win for MJ. Legend still getting wins at 39 on a 3-fight winning streak. 2025. MJ is gonna MJ. That's why we love him. After that, this is where we skip a lot of the main card because it sucked. Second fight of the main card. Speaking of Eric Nixick being a shitty coach, we have in our second fight of the main card in the featherweight division a piss break and shocker, a piss break. We had Patricio Pitbull versus Dan Ige. Pitbull's garbage. That's all I know he won the fight, and I do agree with the decision, but yeah, Pitbull is garbage. He's not good at all, and he's going to get smashed by anyone he fights. I'll take Yusuf Zalal to beat him, for fuck's sake. He sucks. Dan Ige's a shitty gatekeeper, and his coach sucks. Garbage fight. Next. Oh my fucking god. Our third fight of the main card. I don't even know how the fuck this happened, but this guy's a fucking idiot. As we had in our featured bout of the main card in the welterweight division. How the fuck did you lose this fight? We have Daniel Rodriguez versus Kevin Holland. How the fuck do you lose, Kevin, you fucking moron? All I want to look at is D-Rod now ranked. Because with Holland ranked, yeah, Daniel Rodriguez is now in the top 15. Oh, Holland, you fucking moron. You fucking idiot. D-Rod's now ranked. Holland lost somehow, and I don't even know what to say anymore. D-Rod dominated the first 2 rounds, dropping Holland, yada yada yada. Round 3, Holland had a free finish. A free goddamn finish. And he fucking blew it. He tried to be a goddamn grappler when he sucks at it. And he blew it. He had D-Rod pretty much knocked out. And he tried to be a fucking grappler. Oh, Holland, you are a fucking moron to the highest degree of moron. And you are fucking suck. Oh, I hate the sport. I truly do. How do you lose this fight to a 38-year-old D-Rod? No hate to D-Rod. How do you lose this fight in your goddamn ranking to Daniel Rodriguez? You fucking bum. Oh my god, you're an idiot. You're so goddamn stupid. Oh. I don't even know what to say. I truly don't know what to say, man. I'm speechless. Great fight. Really fun fight, but yeah, you're a fucking idiot, Holland. That's all I can say. I know a fight idea for D-Rod. I don't even think the UFC knows what they're gonna do with him now. In Holland, you're a fucking idiot. That's all I can think to say. We'll probably still see him on the next pay-per-view, but, yeah. Fucking moron. All I can say. So, gosh. Our co-lame event of the evening. Not gonna waste any time here, because this, oh my fucking god. Co-lame event of the evening, Paulo Costa versus Roman Kopylov. Roman Kopylov's garbage. Paulo Costa still sucks. He's back. He beat up a tomato can. I don't want to fucking hear it. Kopylov sucks. Costa sucks. This is a piss break. Costa's gonna get smashed by anyone legit in the division. Brennan Allen, Fluffy, fucking Dolidze would beat him. He sucks, and it's that simple. I got nothing left to say. Shitty co-main event, no fight either, because we know Costa's not going to fight till 2027 anyway. Shitty co-main event, and yeah. And then the main event of the evening for the toy bout known as the BMF, and a legend's last fight at home. A retirement fight that was sad, just like all of them, especially since he got his ass beat. Well, I don't know what Robbie Lawler took to get a retirement fight win, but I wish everyone else got that. As we had our main event of the evening to end a pitiful UFC 318 in New Orleans, Louisiana. I said that wrong. The last fight of a diamond, as we had Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier. Okay, this fight kind of got break down in two sets. The first set, the first 2 rounds, which were phenomenal. Where the fuck's the scorecards? Okay, UFC, your site fucking blows. My scorecard, which I think is the same as everyone else's. First 2 rounds of the fight, for fucking verdict. I'm gonna fucking not in the mood for this shit. First 2 rounds of the fight, phenomenal. Max, in round 1, dropped Dustin. It looked like that was going to be it, but Dustin survived. Great round 1. Max takes it. Round 2, maybe one of the best rounds of the year. Max drops Dustin, I think twice, and then Dustin drops Max, jumps on Nicolle, almost gets it, had Max fucked up at the end of round 2, almost finished him, and then the bell rings. It's like, fuck! And then the fight gets shitty. For round 3, 4, and 5, Holloway just pieces up Poirier and wins 49-46. I don't think anyone really is going to disagree. Yeah, everyone agrees 49-46. It's the obvious way to score the fight. Yeah. How do you give Max round 2? Wait, who the fuck scorecard was this? You give Max round 1 and 2, Poirier, that's the worst scorecard you could imagine. But, okay. Oh, that's bullshit. Sal D'Amato's the only smart person here. Okay, great. Yeah, clear 49-46 Holloway. Dustin only won round 2, and that's even being... No, he clearly won round 2. And that's it. Max gets revenge, even though he still lost twice. So you still lost the rivalry overall, you dickhead. And yeah, he beats a washed Dustin Poirier in a meaningless fight for a meaningless bout on a meaningless pay-per-view. Meaningless. Not a great fight after the first 2 rounds. Still would have liked to see it get 5 of the night, so Dustin went out on a bonus, but he probably got paid a shit ton anyway, so not a big deal to him. And the crowd was hot. Fight was not after round 2, so not a good card, not a good main event, not a good card, but whatever. To talk about Max first before we tribute Dustin. Max now back on getting a win. It's obvious what he should do next. Where is it? He should rematch Charles. I think we all know that. We all can agree with that. It's the most logical fight. BMF title fight. Charles, Max run it back from their fight back in 2015 at featherweight when Charles was shitty and Max was young. Let's see him run it back. Max and Dustin for the BMF. That would be a cool main event of a pay-per-view. Let's run it. Max Dustin rematch. Anyone saying Max Topuria or Max Topuria 2, you're a fucking idiot. There's literally no reason to do that. Literally none. Max would lose again. Literally, he would get his ass beat again. So, fight Charles, win that, then maybe you can fight Ilya. But right now, Armand, Patty, and Gautier are way ahead of Max in line. So, yeah, fight Charles again and win that, and then you could fight Ilya, I guess. If Ilya's even still in the division at this point, he might be at welterweight soon, so you never know. But that's all I gotta say for Max. You beat up a washed Poirier, and you pretend like it's a real win. Good job, you still lost rivalry, and go fight Charles. Now for the legend. I feel bad for him, but he's in good spirits. He doesn't look upset about the fight. A legend, Dustin Poirier. This last fight. What a legend, man. What can you say? He's a legend. Never had a boring fight. Always had a good. You always wanted to watch his fights. 36 years old. Happy he's going out now instead of he's going out on a losing streak like a Tony. He still has his fucking brain working. Man hasn't been on a fight night in like years, so he only was on pay-per-views, and he deserves it. He's a legend, probably the best fighter to never win the belt. First bout, Hall of Famer. He could go into Hall of Fame for like 8 different fights and moments. 30-10 record. Louisiana's finest. Like, what can you say? Like, you could do a half-assed tribute like the UFC. Their best tribute was the one they aired during the prelims, if you all saw that one, where he was watching all the videos. That was sweet. But, yeah, the tribute they aired was kind of half-assed, and the whole thing was a little half-assed. So I feel for Dustin in that regard, but he seemed like he liked it, and I'm happy for him. So, I guess the only thing left to say is what was my favorite Dustin moment. Probably knocking out Conor. That was pretty badass. The Hooker fight was sweet, obviously. But yeah, probably knocking out Conor. That was just a surreal moment. The Islam fight was badass too. So, even this fight was badass against Max for the first 2 rounds. So, legend of the sport, probably the best fighter to never win the belt. And thank you, Dustin, for all the fights, all the memories. 22, 9-1 in the UFC for fucking 14 years. So, and if count WEC, that's 2 more fights on his record. Fucking legend. Thank you, Dustin Poirier. You deserved it, man. You deserve this card. You deserved going out at home. Thank you, Dustin Poirier. That's that. All I gotta say about the main event. Finally, we can end this recap with boom. That was a card to do all the normal shit at the end of the recap that I always do. Starting off with my picks. I went 8 of 14 for a perfect 565. Not a great night, but I feel like a lot of people could say that. I went completely 0 for 5 on the main card, but this was a real. I really thought he was gonna win, but he's washed. He sucks. He's an idiot. He didn't even try. He sucks, and fuck you, Prado. Got the rest of the picks right. I'll take it. Not a lot of underdog wins, and what can you do? So I'm not upset. 8 of 14, still above 500, still good, not terrible. Could have done worse, could have done better. I don't like striking out on the main card, but again, I feel like a lot of people did, so what can you do? The bonuses for the night went to 5 of the night, Allen and Vettori. Performance bonuses to Gautier, Dulatov, and Judice. I agree with the performance bonuses. It would have been cool to see Poirier get 1 more 5 of the night, but I get why they didn't do that. That fight was more 2 rounds, but whatever. I don't think Dustin or Max cares, or they're not like, oh, we need that money, so whatever. Give it to Allen Vettori, sure. No problems there. Third to last thing, if you missed a card, what should I say? You should go back and rewatch. pretty much just the first 6 fights of the night, and that's it. No, first 6 fights of the night, Brennan Allen, probably Kevin Holland, and Dustin Poirier is what I would say. You can skip Veretennikov, Vinicius, Michael Johnson, Pitbull, and Costa. So I would say Holloway, D-Rod, Allen, and then the first 6 finishes. That's what I would rewatch, and I'd even debatable on D-Rod and Poirier. So, and with Poirier, just watch the first 2 rounds. Trust me. And second to last thing, our favorite segment of the show, the chopping block. Who's losing their jobs deservingly? I would say there's a three-person chopping block this week, which is always good to see, and that would be Łukasz Brzeski, Robert Valentin, and Francisco Prado. We talked about Brzeski, 1-6 in the UFC. Get gone, bitch. Valentin, 0-3. Sorry, Yuri from Wish. And Prado, you're a fucking idiot. Outside that, who would you really cut? Caliari? No. McVey? No. Prachnio? You could make a case. I doubt they will, though. Fugitt? No. Vettori? I wouldn't mind it, but they're not going to. Kyler? No. Zellhuber? You probably should after that performance. And Poirier retired, so. Yeah, chopping block. Just Łukasz, Valentin, and Prado. Maybe they keep Prado, but unlikely. So, bye bitches. Y'all fucking suck. You guys are fucking garbage. So, yeah. And lastly, just overall, what would I give UFC 318 rating? I give it a 6.8 out of 10. And why a 6.8? I'll tell you. The 6 finishes, and then, so that's 6 points right there, and then you gotta factor in the few decent fights. So, the first 2 rounds of Poirier Holloway was decent. So we'll say, 6.2? Holland D-Rod was alright, so what? Maybe a 6.4, and then Allen Vettori maybe up to a 6.8. So, I'm not gonna lie, I made that shit up on the spot. It sounded good, so. But no, a 6.8 out of 10. And really, it's just because the early card. The card was shit. And a 6.8 makes it sound a lot better than it was. But the card was fucking terrible, and again, probably the worst pay-per-view of the year. As of right now, it is, and it probably will stay. So, not good. Very bad. I'm tired of talking about it. But we probably will talk about it some more, so not on this video, but in the future. So that's it. UFC 318, Dustin's last dance. Flop of a card. Started off good, fell off late, and yeah, not very good. Terrible pay-per-view in NOLA. That's all I gotta say. All I got left to say now is, first of all, next time you hear from me video-wise is, of course, for our card next week. UFC, is it, I don't even know what they're calling it, Saudi Arabia? Or no, it's not Saudi, I don't know, whatever dump they're in next week. Whitaker versus the Ritter. That'll be an early card on Saturday, so that'll be cool. But I will be breaking down on Friday. That's a good card. Petr Yan, fucking, should have been Aaron Pico's debut, but he was a bitch. A bunch of good fights on that card. I'm very excited for it. So that'll be next week. Video-wise, I'll be breaking that down on Friday and recapping it on Sunday, like always. Stream-wise, you'll hear from me either tonight or tomorrow for the hangover of UFC 318. And then obviously Tough Talk will be my next stream, and then I'll talk about that more in the week. So either tonight or tomorrow will be the hangover stream, and then Tough Talk on Tuesday or Wednesday. So that's stream-wise. And then shorts, I'm going to start doing more shorts because they're cool, and I enjoy doing them. So I'll probably put out 2 today and more throughout the week. So there you go. That's that. That's the schedule. UFC next week, the Ritter and Whitaker. Great card. Can't wait. Breakdown Friday. And recap on Sunday. Streams throughout the week. Shorts throughout the week. There you go. I'm done talking for about UFC 318 till probably the stream later tonight or tomorrow. And, yeah, I'm done. Hour and 40 minutes. I'm good. I have nothing left to say. Besides, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. 200 subs goal by the end of 2025, as always. And, speaking of as always, RX out. Good vibes. Only. And always. Thank you, Dustin Poirier.